Is your baby's hair thin, or are you struggling with volume and length retention? Well, in this video, as a registered dietitian and a hairstylist that is passionate about effective strategies that help with retaining length and volume, we are going to talk about 6 effective tips that are going to help you actually manage and improve volume and length retention for your baby's hair. So the first thing that you're going to do as a parent to actually promote volume and length retention for your babies is basically to reduce on the over manipulation. So what is over manipulation and what does it mean for a baby's hair? You see, your baby's hair is growing. They're just coming to terms with the fact that now they have hair and maybe now they need styling. Remember, their scalp is still very, very fragile. We are having a lot of sprouting when they are growing, because that is when most development comes in. So you as a parent, you're supposed to protect all these factors by ensuring that you are not manipulating the fragile and gentle follicles for these babies. Things like over visiting the salon every other day, or the tight styling. As you can see from the video, I am braiding these beautiful girls. They're stylish pineapple braids. You need to stick around because they come out really, really well. And one of my core thing that I actually push for is gentle braiding or gentle practices. So I usually go easy on the hairline, on the edges, and as well I avoid as much as I can the tight and the pulling styling that will actually make it uncomfortable or predispose the babies to hair loss or even thinning hairs and such. And one advantage of actually avoiding the manipulation styling is that your baby will actually like and she will enjoy styling. She will not hate the salon visits. Every time they will not be crying. You know, it's usually very, very sad, like you're making a baby hair and they are crying because their scalp has been tampered with. It has been made so sensitive because of the over manipulation, the use of harsh products, and that is basically our other reason that we need to stop, so that we can actually maintain length and volume. So if you want to maintain your baby's length and volume, you have to stop with the use of harsh chemicals, things like relaxers. Like, I'm hoping that even if you get one thing from this video, you get the fact that you don't need to use chemical relaxers or harsh compounds on your baby girl's hairs so that they can actually be straight. African hair can be manageable with the use of the good products, the good quality products, and of course the routine use. Something like our clarifying shampoo cleanses without stripping moisture from your baby's hair. And then we also advocate for pre-pooing, that we promote moisture retention with our pure coconut oil. We also ensure that we encourage our clients to always condition using our moisturizing honey conditioner. This makes the hair very, very manageable, and you will be able to detangle freely without promoting hair loss. And again, it will also be easy for the stylist if you take them hair that is already detangled. Of course, if you are too busy to do all these services, we can do that for you at a fee, and that is where we are going to have a physical salon soon, so where you can come and bring your baby girls, bring yourself. We take care of you from removing your lines or your braids to washing it, detangling it, and even styling it as you desire. So we use gentle practices and gentle products. And again, of course, you need to make sure that you're sealing in moisture, because again, hair loses moisture, especially with the harsh climatic conditions of countries like Kenya, where it's sunny throughout the day. You need to make sure that you are retaining that moisture as much as you can. So how do you retain moisture for African hair or for sea hair that might be highly porous, or even the low porosity kind of hair? Is basically, I usually encourage the use of moisture, that is basically water, and sealants like the Chebe hair butter. In my water, I usually add rosemary, that has been shown to improve scalp health. So if you have a sensitive scalp, or if you're looking to actually try to promote growth of new follicles, or even sprouting of your follicles that might have been clogged due to overuse of product, and I am going to have the rosemary growth oil in stock for you. But for those who can actually just use the water that is infused with rosemary, that would be great. Then you go ahead and seal with Chebe butter. That works really, really well to promote hair length retention. And as well, you can use other herbs of choice, things like cloves. You can use gentle herbs that are not going to cause scalp irritation. So you can use them, and they will actually help the sealants work better, and you continue reapplication every other 3 days. As you can see from the video, these lines really came out really well. She has nice hair, she has thick hair, she has the length. I really enjoy making this girl's hair because it's beautiful. Another thing that you need to be cautious about when it comes to your baby girl's hair can be basically the side effects of any medication that you might be giving her. So if you notice that your baby's hair starts shading or it starts becoming thin after you start using certain medication, or you're from the doctors and you've been prescribed a medication, it is very wise for you to go back to the doctors and actually consult about the side effects and see if it can actually be managed otherwise. Sometimes medication can cause hair loss, and unfortunately, if you are on treatment that requires that medication, you might just need to actually allow the hair to go, and then we start the regrowth after the treatment. Things like chemo, we all understand the impacts that they have on our hairs. So sometimes it might not be your fault, it might not be your routines, it might not be your practices, it just can be a side effect of medication, and that can also happen to our babies. So anytime that you see that for your babies, it is always wise to seek a second opinion and a second advice on the same. Another significant contributor to hair loss in children is basically the infection, the skin infection like the fungal, that are quite common in children because I think of the exposures that they have when playing, the interactions with others. But again, I always recommend that if you see that your baby is prone to that, you include antibacterial or antifungal or oils and ointments or even herbs to their routines. Things like including use of castor oil, you can actually apply them cassia lata. I'll definitely leave the link so that you can see. And if it's persistent even with medication use, you can try and continue with the long-term herbal or natural solutions to this fungal infection. Things like cassia, things like rosemary, things like castor oil, they are very effective when it comes to fungal infections or fungal remedies that actually affect the skin and the scalp as well, because they come with hair loss in patches, and I'm sure you have seen them. I'll definitely attach so that you can also see. And the good thing with this is once they are cleared, the scalp is healed, the infection is gone. Now your baby's hair can actually grow. Of course, another thing that contributes to hair loss is poor nutrition, because it makes it easier for your baby first to be attacked by these infectious or these opportunistic agents like the fungus, and then it also causes hair loss. The protein energy malnutrition, lack of adequate supply of nourishment will definitely be seen in your babies with things like changes in color, changes in texture, the thinning, and definitely the loss of volume and length. So if you experience all these conditions in your baby, it is important to optimize their nutrition to ensure that you're promoting their immunity, you're promoting their defense system against these infections that can cause hair loss, and also make sure that you're providing them with adequate nourishment that promotes and targets hair growth. And this will definitely holistically promote their normal growth and development, which is very, very important, because almost half of the deaths globally in children are basically associated with malnutrition. And if you're looking for a dietitian to work with you to ensure that your child's nutrition and health status, your family's nutrition and health status is well optimized, make sure that you reach out. Let's work together and let's promote hair growth as well as nutrition. Another thing that you need to do as a parent to ensure that you're optimizing length and volume retention is have a hair care routine for your child. You know, most of us have a routine for ourselves or have established something for our hair care or a wash day routine for us, so that we want to maintain length and volume. But when it comes to our babies, we're like, we undo their hairs, we send them to the salon, they be done for the blow dries and the wash. You don't care what products they're using, you really don't care about the pre-pooing, you don't prepare their hairs, you don't help with detangling, or you take them to a salonist that does not understand all that. As you can see from my video, that's why I slowed it down so that you can have a look at how this beautiful hair is going to thin if the mom continues with the practices. I have tried talking to her. I think we are making progress about the less use of heat, because she was like, she needs to see the smoke out of the hair to know that her baby girl is being blow dried well. But now she's slowly coming to the fact that stretched hair doesn't have to be burnt hair. So those are some of the things that we need to start doing as parents to make sure that we are actually optimizing and promoting length and volume. So have a routine, a simple one. Don't complicate it, because if you complicate it, it will not be easy to follow. Something like use of our paraben-free, sulfate-free clarifying hair shampoo. Then you go in with a conditioner like our moisturizing honey conditioner that is enriched with honey for extra moisture retention and such. And then when you're done with that, you go in with our sealant that is basically the kids hair growth butter that has been enriched with castor oil, vitamin E, Chebe butter, and all those goodness to ensure that your baby actually retains the length, promotes the volume, and it stops breakages. One thing about Chebe is that it is going to nourish, it is going to protect, and it is going to promote hair growth and volume. Naysayers will say, oh no, nothing does that, but let me tell you for a fact, I can confirm that Chebe butter actually, or Chebe powder actually does promote length and volume. Kindly let me know what you think about what we have talked about, some of the things that you have experienced with your babies, some of the challenges that you're actually experiencing with your African hair, even yourself, and I will be definitely glad to address that in the next coming video or once I see the comments. So if you have an issue with African hair nutrition when it comes to hair, styling issues, like you have a question, we're definitely going to talk about that. I'm still working on the porosity video, so kindly make sure that you stay subscribed so that once it goes live, you are notified and you watch and we get to learn and continue growing a community that is focused on maintaining healthy natural practices that actually improve natural hair length and volume retention for African women. So this was the styling here at the front because it's the holiday season and we cannot just do the plain pineapple braids. And again, she's a baby girl, she needs to look like a baby girl. And again, I always advocate for gentle practices. When the first time I did this girl's hair, let me tell you, she used to cry. I used to ask her what's the problem. She was like, my scalp is painful, anytime that you split the lines it's so painful. But currently we have improved so much because she no longer cries, or she no longer makes faces, she no longer makes me feel uncomfortable making the hair, because she has really amazing hair. And I'm really trying to convince her and the mom to reduce with the heat use, or to reduce the force of heat that most salonists or most stylists in Kenya actually apply on African hair, because they term it as coarse and tough and rough and they want to just make it soft. We are not supposed to have soft hair. We are Africans, and kinks and curls is definitely our unique trait. Let's embrace African hair. Let's show our kids that it's okay to actually enjoy your curls and kinks, to actually enjoy your beautiful African hair, because African hair is very, very beautiful. Just look at it. Just look at it. Look at her hair, yo. And there's no additional braid, there's no additional threads, it's just her natural hair. People have good hair out here, eh? Let's actually promote that. Thank you for watching.